Ibang-iba yung aura, as in very different. As you said in your introduction, very different ang aura, and I am so happy that the Financial Vision Board was part of that.
Yes.
Malaking bagay na marinig ko yon. Although I've been doing that for a long time already kasi sabi mo nga, matanda na ako pero hindi lang natin pinapahalata. Di ba, no? Pero pag nakikita ko talaga that it works, it makes my heart sing. Because very few people know how to do it right. Pag sinabi mong financial literacy, puro entrepreneurship tsaka investing agad ang iniisip. Pero lahat ng yun, pag hindi yun based on a financial vision board, that you really think about it, it's ang nangyayari, it's your heart and your mind sync together, tapos evidence-based kasi may numbers ka, may pictures, then everything happens at the right time, for the right purpose. Sobrang ganda ng kinalalabasan. So thank you so much for inviting me today.
Yeah.
This is such a huge honor for me. And it is such a huge treat para nakikita ko yung mga mukha ng mga friends ko in Dubai. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to see you again. Alam mo, when Randall invited me, I didn't know that it will be like this. The first time I went to Dubai, I didn't know anybody. Pero nung pagpunta ko doon, I realized I've met friends, people who will become lifelong friends. Kasi ang ganda ng samahan ninyo, and you are so generous. Your heart is so open and so big. Para nyo kung kinupkop, lalo na si Elio, kawawa naman. Talagang magmula sa paglapag, si Pablo, si Elio, paglapag ng eroplano, si Franz, nandyan na sila agad. Hanggang sa pag-alis, talagang kasama sila. And so I realized talaga na everywhere Filipinos go, so long as our hearts are real, so long as our hearts are pure, and so long as hindi natin tinatalikuran yung mga kasama natin, we'll be fine. Kahit na pandemya pa yan, kahit na nanganganib yung mga negosyo, alam ko ang mga pinagdadaanan natin pare-pareho. Kahit na nanganganib ang mga love life, hindi ko na sasabihin kung sino yon. Nanganganib ang mga future, but since our today, we're all together in it, parang hindi ka mauubusan ng pag-asa. And I think what you've done today, Jonathan, is you've brought everybody together so that we can all catch up. So let this be a conversation rather than a presentation.
Yeah.
So sabi ko kay Jonathan kanina, as I present some slides, konti lang, and then we'll go back to your vision board. So everybody out there na nakikinig, if you already had vision boards before, dapat dala nyo ngayon para tingnan natin kung pwede nating i-update. Kung wala pa, then we can do the first one today together. I will mentor you through it so that after this, all the goals, everything that we will do financially in the next couple of months, in the next couple of years, is in sync with what we know to be true in our minds and in our hearts. So anytime you want to ask something, do not wait until the end of the presentation. Magbabarkada tayo dito. So just raise your hand, and then meron dyan, di ba, parang raise hand, and then my assistant Ralph will tell me na parang teacher talaga eh. Raise hand. Okay, Pablo, magsalita ka na. Ganon. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's make this a conversation because, you know, we're not strangers to each other. Kahit na may mga experts dyan, si Pablo, expert na yan. Si Franz, expert na yan. Si Elio, expert na yan. Ang dami na sa inyong expert. But let's all, if we all converse and we all exchange ideas, I think this will be a more fun session. So moving forward, I will share my screen so that I can present a couple of slides that I made for people in today's world going through a very, very difficult time because of the pandemic. So this is, nakikita nyo ba yung slide ko? This is the first message. A lot of us are just trying to survive. A lot of us are, si Veronica ba to? Ay, ayan, nag-iisip na agad siya. A lot of us are just trying to survive. But I'm telling you, we can thrive. Pwedeng, in fact, this can be the foundation of a better future for all of us. Kaming dalawa ni Elio, lagi kami nag-uusap, iisip ng bagong paraan para kumita because, things are very difficult. But let me tell you this, no great thing comes from something easy. The world today is going through, parang pinapanganak tayo ulit. Dadaan ulit tayo sa butas ng karayom. Pagdadaanan natin ulit yung mga difficult times ahead. And I'm not saying that the months ahead will be parang pipilitin muna natin yung sarili natin maghirap para lang for greatness. It really will be very difficult. But everything that we learn, if we know how to use it, will be used and can be used to make the world a better place and to make you stronger, wealthier, in fact. Because only the ones who will survive in this current storm is ready for a brave new world pagkatapos ng pandemic. So I must tell everyone, that's why we need our vision board today, because we need to recreate the world after this. And the only way to do it is to be very clear about your goals. So this is a story about, as you know, meron akong mga volunteer work for financial, medical frontliners. Lagi ko silang nakakausap, and some of them, pag nagpi-PUI na, kasi meron silang mga kasamahan sa ospital na nagpa-positive sa COVID, pag nagiging PUI na sila, they call me, sabay-sabay kaming umiiyak. Hindi ko alam niyo naman, pero parang kami ni Randel, laging iyak-tawa. Siya yung tawa, ako yung iiyak. Kasi pag naririnig ko sila na desperate na, and ang hirap talaga ng trabaho nila kasi they have to go to the hospital. I don't know if some of you are medical frontliners, pero it's not a joke. It's like you're going every day to a battlefield and you can contract the disease anytime, di ba? Pero ang lesson dito is they still go to work. Yung mga nakakausap ko, kahit alam nila yung danger, they still rise up every day and still do their duties because they know that it is important to do it. In the same manner, all of us were not medical frontliners. Those of us who are not, just stay home. In fact, kung iisipin mo, nahihirapan tayo pero mas mahirap sa kanila. And yet, I'm telling you still to wake up every day, do the best that you can, face the world with a smile even though inside you're dying. Because it is just what is needed. Yung mga negosyante sa inyo, merong mga umaasa sa inyo. 'Di ba? Yung mga professionals, may umaasa pa rin sa inyo. If you are not either of those, your children umaasa sa inyo. And so we cannot give up, just like our medical frontliners. Oftentimes, nakikita natin yung mga tao nagrereklamo. 'Di ba? Parang marami akong kaibigan na may malalaki o maliliit na negosyo. And sometimes they say, even though pinagbibigyan nila na sumusweldo, kahit na bawas yung oras ng trabaho, parang nothing is enough. And so I tell them, success doesn't lead to happiness. Happiness leads to success. So anywhere you go, in any situation you are in, if you strive to be happy in and of yourself, dun ka magiging successful. Parang hindi tayo magiging successful para maging happy. We strive to be happy because that will make us successful. I hope to all of you who are going through difficult times, alam mo, yung depression, kalat na kalat ngayon dahil sa hirap ng buhay, this can help. So ano yung financial tip for that? Prepare financially now. Nakita ko yung post ni Elio kanina. Post ba yun, Elio, o nakita ko sa thread? Na ano bang pwede mong gawin ngayon na pandemya, and sinabi mo na prepare and learn now for when things get better. Galing-galing. Napapalakpak ako doon because that's exactly true. A lot of people nag-pause ngayon dahil walang negosyo, dahil patay ang business, dahil walang bumibili, kaya nag-pause. Pero alam nyo, ngayon ka mag-prepare. Para pag everything's ready to go, habang yung iba nagsisimula pa lang maghanda, ikaw ready to go ka na. Tatakbo ka na lang ng malakas na malakas, mapag-iiwanan mo lahat. Whether you're a professional or you're an entrepreneur, you're in Dubai, maybe your business is not doing so well, it doesn't mean you slow down today. This is the time, in fact, to move forward faster. Siyempre, hindi ka gagastos ng marami dun sa pag-move forward mo. Babudgetin mo yan. Pero move forward faster. Instead of hunkering down, try to think of new products. Ngayon ka mag-innovate. Ngayon ka maging creative. Lahat sa inyo, karamihan sa inyo nakakausap ko, ginagawa nyo yan. At sana mas marami sa ating mga kababayang Pilipino ang gumagawa nun ngayon. Instead na madala tayo sa depression, ngayon tayo umarangkada sa pag-aaral, sa pag-i-innovate, sa pagko-connect sa isa't isa. Wala tayong ginagawa. Tawagan nyo na lahat ng contacts nyo. Makipag-usap kayo. Magplano na. Para pagtapos na to, ready na tayong lahat. So, how do you prepare for that? Pay off as much consumer debt as you can. Increase your emergency fund because we don't know how long this will end. Buy an index fund with your extra money, pero alam natin extra money lang yan. What else can we do? My next tip is embrace the change. So we know we're not going back to the old normal. Iba na ang mundo. After this pandemic, the world will totally change. But what do? We live to learn and learn to live. So one of my coping mechanisms, because I love to read, is to, dati, isang libro per month ako. Ngayon, I read 4 books in a month. So, gumigising ako ng alas 4 ng umaga, natatapos ako mag-aral ng alas 8. Habang nagbabasa ako, sinusulat ko sa book journal para yung binasa ko, naaalala ko siya. Alam mo na, tumatanda na tayo, so mahirap na pag nakalimutan. So, ang challenge ko sa inyong lahat, read 1 financial book a month. And then write what you learn in a financial journal. Habang walang ginagawa, magbasa ng libro. Kasi iba pa rin pag well-read tayo. What do you read? Sana pagdating ng libro ko makarating sa inyo. Parang 2 years ago, sinabi ko na yan. Hanggang ngayon, wala pa din. Marami po kasi talagang gawain. The next is embrace your auspicious authenticity. Ito si Amy Mullins. She was born and had yung legs niya na amputate at a very young age. Instead of getting depressed and stopping parang allowing her depression to get the most of her, she used her disability to show people that you can be as great as you want to be, kahit na wala siyang paa. So now she has broken 3 world records. She joined the Paralympics. Tapos naging model siya. And at some point, she became People Magazine's 50 most beautiful people on the planet. Sobrang inspired ako when she tells her story. If you want to know more about her story, just go to ted.com and then look for her. You'll see her present her story. It's so beautiful. So what is the financial tip attached to her story? Stand in your financial truth by spending only what you can afford. Amy never pretended to be something more than what she is. She showed the people everywhere around the world what her disability is. So they have no choice but to accept her as she is. And yet, that disability became her superpower. Her secret, not anymore secret strength. It's a strength that has inspired so many people around the world. Now, although we say, when we find our identity, so si Jonathan, one of the things that I loved about you was you never hid. What was very touching to me at that time was you never decided, you weren't planning to go to that event with me nung nag-financial vision board tayo. I know that you weren't planning to do it, but somehow you had the feeling that you had to be there. And when you were there and you attended the briefing, hindi ka nagtago sa isang kanto. You shared your story with everyone. And by doing so, linked yourself with that identity. Yung vulnerability mo is attached to your strength. And I think when you embraced that, when you embraced who you were, you created another superpower. And this vulnerability and strength allowed you to recover from what you went through. And that's what Brian Stevenson said. When we create the right kind of identity, pwede nating sabihin sa mundo lahat ng mga bagay na hindi nito paniwalaan. Then we can tell people na parang feeling nila hindi nila kayang gawin yan, but pag sinabi mong kaya nilang gawin yan, kaya nilang gawin yan. You change perspectives. And to all of you out there, a lot of you are becoming speakers like Pablo, na i-invite sa mga maraming events. I'm so proud of you. Si Elio, ayaw pa din kasi nahihiya. Pero one of these friends always speaks in front of an audience. Veronica, nagsisimula na yan. Nag-on the money na nga yan eh, di ba? Medyo naloka sa kanya yung crew, yung mga cameramen ko, tsaka mga audio man, ganyan. Lahat nagka-crush kay Veronica. Anyway, what I'm telling you is this. Whether you're in a profession or whether you are an entrepreneur, you market yourself a lot better if you know your own story and if you know how to tell that story. People do not buy products. They buy into who you are. And if you can talk about your story in a very short but very powerful way, you'll make better business. So that's one tip. And so, oh my gosh, hulaan nyo kung alin ako dyan. You can unmute yourself. Alin ako? Alin ako dyan? Left, right, middle? Which one? Nakakahiyaman sabihin. Pero ako yung pinaka nasa right side. Okay? Maraming kanin sa bibig. At this point in my college life, I had no money at all. Sobrang gutom. Kawawa naman ako. And all these of my 3 best friends, lahat kami naghihikahos. So usually, they buy lunch and nakikikain lang ako sa kanila. That's why ganyan ang itsura niyan. Pero all of them now are very, very successful in their field. Kaya pag pinag-uusapan namin itong picture na to, tawa kami ng tawa. But that transformation looks like this na. So, embrace your transformation, but never forget where you came from. Ang financial tip doon, it is best, so magta-transform ka, pero yung transformation na pilit, na minadali, doesn't really work. Diba? So, pagdating sa finances, para sa akin, it's better to get rich slowly. Ito nga yung power of compounding can be used sa simula, di ba, ang kwento dito, 1,000 lang itatabi mo, and then you allow that to compound by 10% every year. In the beginning, it's difficult. But as time goes on and you keep on doing what you're doing, kung mapapansin nyo, everything on the right side of that shaded 1,000, that's just kita. And at a certain point, when you allow the power of compounding, yung kita mas malaki na kesa dun sa nilalagay mo. That's really how life works. So in the beginning, let's be patient. Lalo na with this pandemic, when things are very difficult, let's just be patient and allow the power of compounding to help us. So the power of compounding allows us to see every 1,000 can become 100,000. And if that is the truth, and if we believe that, pag gagastusin na natin yung 1,000, dapat ang nakikita natin 100. So, kung meron tayong bibilhin na 1,000, kunwari, para sa akin, kunwari lang ha, bag yan. Sino yung mga kasama ko nag-shopping nun sa Dubai? Pag tinitingnan mo, $1,000. Bakit ako bibili ng luggage na $100,000? Because that $1,000 today can be 100,000 if you invest it. Diba? So, ang ibig sabihin nun, ingatan natin kung ano man ang meron tayo because we lose the opportunity to make it grow. Babalikan ko yung freedom to choose. Wait lang. Balik tayo dito. Yan. So, getting out of debt, I know maraming mga OFWs ang nalululong sa utang. Kasi sinasabayan natin yung lifestyle ng mga tao kung saan tayo pumupunta. And this is never okay because interest on debt can kill you, literally. Like the virus. Parang coronavirus din yan yung compounding interest on debt. So if you want to be financially free, and freedom is really the power to choose the kind of life that you want to live, your first goal will be to free yourself from debt. Quick reminder, kaya mo yan because everything that has made you into who you are, nandyan na sa'yo nung pinanganak ka. Those things have lived for thousands of years in the belly of stars. So each one of us is actually a child of the universe. It's not the cars that we buy, the houses that we adore, the clothes that we wear, or the designer shoes that will define how wealthy we are. We define who we are. So, nagpalit na po ako ng mga social media accounts. Salveses na po. Kung hindi pa po kayo nagsusubscribe sa YouTube channel, pa-subscribe na lang po. That's it for my presentation. Any questions so far?
Wait, before I forgot, please do the hashtag Salveses and Financial Vision Board, okay? Remember, okay, for those that are watching this on my page in PAM Academy, and I have seen there are also students joining from my other blog, CPA Dreams. I'm giving you gifts, okay?
Wow.
Yes, so I recorded a corporation income tax recording. So for my students that are going to subscribe to YouTube channel of Ms.Salve, okay? Salve says you go to her YouTube channel, okay? I think the other day when I checked it, she have around 926 subscribers already when she launched it. Okay, so ang bilis. I want that to reach more than 1,000 today. So once you subscribe it, you need to send me a message, okay? Send me a message, and then I will send you a link for that corporation tax course, okay? For those of my students. Second, it's streaming as well in Siparmi page. I'm going to give you 20% discount on the courses that we are going to offer on the next season, okay? Ng mga courses. So just subscribe, okay, sa YouTube channel ni Ms.Salve, okay, Salve says. And then for those that are watching lastly dun sa PAM Academy, I will give you yung book ko na sinulat years back, which is ang biyahe ni Juan, story of OFWs in the UAE. So ibibigay ko din sa inyo yon. But we need to hit the 1,000 subscribers today. Okay, I need your help. All these people already. Here is 46 in the live session. So yesterday is 926. It's very easy to hit the 1,000. So Ms.Salve will receive the banana from YouTube. Okay, so please. Okay, so do the hashtag, share this this live session kasi this is the only way I can help her. Okay, this is a pro bono. Okay, she's just said yes. Okay, so please, that is the only help that you can do for me. So I'm begging you for that, okay?
Oh, grabe naman, I'm so touched. I would be so honored. Ang saya ko naman pag umabot tayo na 1,000. Feeling ko naka 100,000 na tayo. The one, di ba? Sabi ko kanina, the 1,000 can be 100,000. So, kung mapuprove ko today that we can reach 1,000 subscribers today, ang lakas na ng loob ko na, aabot din ako ng 100,000 katulad ni Marvin. So, I am so happy if we can do that today. Sobrang grateful ako. Alam nyo, every subscriber, nakikita ko kasi, di ba, nagno-notify siya na si ganito nag-subscribe. Every single one, I get so touched. Grabe. So, it matters a lot to me when people subscribe. Kasi it means that we can mapapakalat talaga natin yung mga knowledge na kailangan kumalat. Kasi tama na yung mayaman lang ang yumayaman. Tama na si Elio lang ang yumayaman sa ating lahat. Diba? Kailangan ipakalat natin para yung mga kailangan din matuto at kailangan yumaman, kaya din nila. But they don't have that information, so let's just give it away for free. And the more subscribers we have, the better for our financial literacy efforts to be noticed. Maraming salamat, Jonathan. I'm so touched. So, for now, any questions on the presentation before we move forward to your vision board? Meron bang tanong? Can we see people? Wala? Grabe si Rolly, oh. May bagong hairdo.
51 na ron.
Wala pa tanong? Yes?
Done subscribing, done subscribing. So 951 na, so 49 na lang. Okay.
Grabe. You're so sweet. Super touched ako. Sige, if there are no questions, I'd like to move forward with doing your vision board. So, lahat ba kayo merong materials? You have your board, paper, pen and paper, pictures, or yung magaling mag-drawing dyan? Rolls, walang excuse. You have to do this. Hindi pwedeng makinig lang. Kailangan gawin mo yan. Si Belmore, dapat meron kang dalang materyales. It's nicer if your spouses are there with you kasi mas maganda kung sabay kayo. Pablo, may love life na ba tayo? Okay. So,
Sa vision board,
meron na? Chismisa na to. Okay. So, meron ba kayong materials? O meron pang nagda-drive? Si Maricel, nasa daan pa. But I guess even if you're on the road, you can still, oh, hello, magkasama sila ng Sweetie Pie. Okay, so a vision board is very important because it allows you to define for yourself what you really want. As you know, madali lang kasing magsimula ng isang investment plan, madali lang mag-decide kung saan negosyo ko ilalagay yung pera ko ganun. Pero kung lahat ng desisyon na yan, hindi connected sa ating mga personal wishes and personal dreams, it's easy to make mistakes. Sino na ang gumawa ng vision board before? Has anybody made? Raise hand lang. Okay, si Franz. Sino pa? Raise hand. Wow, si Rol, si Pablo. Okay. So, question. May nagbago ba? When you go back to your vision board, may nakita ba kayo dyan na parang, ay, wag na lang to? Or, siguro okay pa to, pero instead of next year, in 5 years pa? Meron? Si Pablo, feeling ko wala sa harapan niya yung vision board niya eh. Kasi nag-imagine, nakita ko yung mata niya. Okay, so anyway, for those of you who are doing this for the first time, here's how it works. You imagine that today, you're 60 years old. Okay, so this is your 60th birthday. Nagse-celebrate tayo with some food from off the hook. Merong mga cake dyan, tsaka meron tayong pa-party, di ba? O. Tapos, ano yung mga bagay, while you're thinking of that, what are the things that you are already enjoying? So you visualize that day, and what are the things that you're already enjoying? One big house or two big houses? Drawing mo na yan. So you put it in your vision board. And I don't want a list. I want a drawing. Kung hindi tayo marunong mag-drawing at na medyo nakaka-stress yung pagdodraw, gawin natin, mag-cut out tayo ng picture sa magazine. No, it has to be very visual. And you know why that is? Because naka-picture pala kay Veronica yung vision board niya. Tinuro ko yan, 'di ba? Dapat may picture sa phone para pag natitempt ka mag-shopping, titingnan mo na lang yung vision board mo. Kasi madali lang, very accessible. So there's science behind the fact na gusto natin drawing siya, hindi lista. Kasi the more visual it is, the more connected it is with your mind and your emotions. The more engaged you are in writing it down and in crystallizing it on paper, the more you remember and the more emotional you are pagka iniisip mo yung goal mo. Maraming beses, when I do this one-on-one and we really get down to it, may iyakan pang kasama yan. Diba? Kasi sometimes when you're in a deep, dark place and you're suddenly transporting yourself to the future, if you don't have hope in your heart, that process is very difficult. Pero, when you do it, kahit na mahirap, and especially if you do it with your loved ones, kasama mga bata, kasama spouse mo, then you suddenly create a process where hope slowly comes into your heart again. Kasi it makes things reachable, achievable. So usually, in the many years that I've been doing this, karamihan ng nilalagay bahay. Kung hindi isang bahay, dalawa, tatlo. Ewan ko kay Rolls kung 5. Na tingin ko meron pa yan beach house doon sa may Rawis, ganon. O, tingnan mo, tama. Kay Veronica, maraming spa. Ganon. So, all of that you put there very visually. Karamihan ng Pilipino laging may farm. Si Pablo lang, nauna na yung farm niya. Instead na 60 years old, 25 ka pa lang, Pablo, di ba? O yan, so 25 pa lang, may farm na siya. Ganyan. No daw, sabi ni Franz. Ayaw. May umaangal. So yan. So connect your mind and your heart to all your dreams for the future. I usually merong scholarship fund. Ang pinaka-unique na nakita ko na vision board, may scholarship fund for everyone in the clan na hindi kayang mag-aral. That's the Rose Fausto family. Meron silang dinuon na scholarship fund para yung mga generations na susunod, kung merong kukulangin ng pampaaral, doon kukunin. So, mga Pilipino, kasama yan sa plano natin, yung how to give back to the community. Okay? Ano pa, i-drawing nyo na habang ine-entertain ko lang kayo habang nag-i-entertain kayo, ako mag-drawing na kayo dyan. Okay, and for those who did it before, you can revise what you wrote before, what you drew before, magtanggal kayo or magdagdag. Because a vision board is never permanent. No, every time something important happens in your life, it can change. And that's totally fine. No? So, any thoughts? Sino ang, parang ang lalim na mga iniisip nyo? Okay, any thoughts? Franz, i-unmute mo nga yung sarili mo. Kumusta yung vision board mo? Habang nagdo-drawing yung iba, magkwentuhan muna yung iba sa atin. Franz, how's your vision board? Ayan, naka-unmute ka ba? Can you unmute, Franz?
Okay. Okay
Ayan.
na po. Ayan. So, yung vision board ko keeps on upgrading na eh. Kasi I started it 7 years back. So, there are items in my vision board na okay na siya. So, I upgraded it. So far, yung medyo malaki, yun yung nandun pa rin.
Ayaw yata share. Ano yung pinakamalaki mo doon, friends?
Yung giving back to the community.
Yeah. Okay, tama na yata dyan yung money talks every year.
I envision
yes.
setting up a library for kids to barangay na kung saan ako nanggaling. I have that pain in my life that I never enjoyed yung bata pa ako. I was not able to work to read books and wala akong ganon. So that pain I wanted to start it in the community where I born. And I wanted to set up a parang library and at the same time my playground for children to have that access, a very simple one. Inausap ko na yung mama ko na sabi ko, give me a parcel of that land na meron tayo dun sa bahay namin, and I wanted to convert that into a simple parang playground. And also I already have meron na ako mga books na I used to go to flea market before to buy books na tag 1 dirham, and I'm compiling it. So that's just
right.
When I go back home, hopefully soon by God's grace, then I'll start that. Then
meron naman ibibigay sa yung books, friends, di ba? Mga
yes,
encyclopedia for that library.
Yes, thank you. Ayan. So, meron pa isang major project. Actually, this is upgraded na siya because I'm kumbaga with all these learnings that we're getting since we started connecting with like you, Ms.Salve, with Coach Randall, with Boss Rex, and of course, kayo yung mga ano namin, ina-admire namin, especially in our advocacy and of course our own personal journey. So yun din yung inaano namin, sinusundan. We just customize it. Ako personally ganon. I really have yung kay Boss Rex na journey of life, yung journey of yung tunang buo ng financial life, from man at work, man and money at work, to money at work, and it evolves now into much more significant na life, from prospering yourself, prospering others, and also the quest for legacy and a significant life. So we're moving into that Kaya medyo yung vision board ko maya-maya meron na pero mas defined na siya ngayon.
Okay, very good. So everybody else na nandito sa Zoom event na to, are your vision boards okay na? Habang nagsasalita kami ni Franz, dapat nagno-drawing kayo, di ba? Kumusta yung mga vision board nyo? Ganito na lang kayo if you're done. Very quickly. Or tatapusin nyo mamaya. Nakaganon si Pablo. Tatapusin. Okay, sige, tatapusin
By the way,
ayan!
By the way, yung vision board ko nasa may higaan ko kasi nasa may
Laging nakikita. Alam niyo there's power in it. So, pag ilalagay niyo siya dun sa lugar na lagi niyong nakikita. Kunwari, pag nagtututbrush kayo, yun ang kaharap niyo, ganon. Or nagluluto, nandun sa harapan ng ref. Ano kaya ang itsura ng vision board ni Rolls? Puro hipon siguro.
Puro off the hook.
Puro hipon siguro. Tsaka, yung shrimp balls. Ano yun? Basta. Crab balls. Okay. So, anyway, so these are your steps for everybody.
Kasama yung off the hook sa vision board ko.
Yes. So, lahat ng hindi pa nakakagawa, drawing nyo or ilagay nyo yung pictures doon, and make sure that in that vision board, you don't forget certain things. Number 1, start with an emergency fund. Ngayon, dati po, sinasabi natin 3 to 6 months, kailangan po ngayon 1 year. The pandemic has made us change the 3 to 6 months recommendation. Gagawin na po natin 1 taon. Kasi katulad ngayon, kung 1 taon hindi makahanap ng trabaho or 1 taon hindi umahon yung negosyo, kailangan po habaan natin yung PC natin. Para none of us will have to wait for government support. Napakahirap po maghintay ng suporta galing sa gobyerno. Pasensya na po sa mga nakikinig sa live sa Facebook, pero yun po talaga ang katotohanan. Wala pong halong politika yan. Mahirap po talaga ang umaasa lang tayo. No? So, kailangan 1 taon. Second, insurance now is as critical as face mask. So, find insurance that covers you for things like coronavirus. Kasi hindi lahat ng insurance nagko-cover ng ganong klaseng sakit. Okay? So, lalo na po ang overseas Filipino workers. Very important na completely covered tayo. And when we buy insurance, kasama po dapat sa vision board yan, When we buy insurance, make sure that you are fully covered. Fully covered. So, ay hindi po ang habol sa insurance ay yung investment. No. Ang habol sa insurance, ang priority ay yung coverage nyo, life insurance coverage, that can sustain, hindi po para yumaman yung mga iiwanan. Okay, so hindi po tayo, kung first time natin bumili ng insurance, ang purpose po ay masustain yung life ng mga maiiwanan natin, hindi para sila payamanin. Kasi, bakit ko po sinabi yun? This is a very contrarian way of looking at insurance because you also need money for yourself while you're alive. Okay? So, habang binibuild up pa lang natin yung ating finances, make sure you just buy insurance that's just enough and then create a fund that you can use while you're still alive for when you get sick or for when you get old and can no longer work. Okay? So, living benefits ang importante also. Okay, aside from that, the first goal na dapat kasama sa vision board, so look at all your vision boards now and make sure that 2 things I just mentioned kasama doon. The third one is make sure all consumer debts are paid off. So, credit card debt should be paid off every month. Dapat walang natitira kahit isang 5 duling. Dapat babayaran pagdating ng due date. That's the only way para makatipid kayo sa credit card interest. Okay, so pay off all consumer debt, buy the right kind of insurance and the right kind of life insurance coverage. And third, make sure, ano nga yung pangatlo ko? Pay off debt, buy insurance, emergency fund good for 1 year. So, klaro na po, dapat kumpleto yung ating vision board. And sana, can you send me a picture of your vision boards after this? And then we can do a one-on-one, maybe we can do a one-on-one chat. If you want lang for me to see your vision board and we can talk about it, I'm open to it. I think we're all friends on Facebook, and if we're not, just follow the official fan page and then send it to me, and I will not share it with other people. And then we can start an offline discussion on whether you're on the right track. Okay po ba yun? Is that something that is of interest to everyone? Yes. Okay. Sige. So, after the vision board, pakatapos niyan, kumusta na po kayo? Gising pa ba? Ano oras na ba dyan? O gutom na? Pwede po magmerienda habang nagsisession.
Okay, so
okay.
I think
yes, Jonathan.
Talaga they are enjoying the session, no? Ako personally, no, dun sa sinabi ni Ms.Salve, yun talaga yung ginawa ko personally. Okay? Yung emergency funds, okay? I have a big piggy bank actually, no, na until now actually nagamit ko siya when my wife went to the Philippines kasi kailangan magkaroon ng operation yung father niya. Okay? So we did not suffer from that. Imagine that is even before COVID-19. So bago nagkaroon ng lockdown, nagamit namin yun. And then meron pa ring natira. Okay? So second is yung insurance during the period na nag-meet kami ni Ms.Salve actually during that year, the year before that, nanganak si Mrs. dun sa bunso namin, and nagkaroon talaga kami ng medyo problema kasi walang medical insurance yung bata kasi nag-premature, ang na-cover lang yung panganganak ni Mrs. Then after that binalik namin yung bata, hindi na siya covered. Okay, so that's very important. So what I did as well is kumuha din ako ng insurance, so I'm fully covered with my families here. And yung life insurance, like Ms.Salve said, ang focus mo talaga dapat is kung life insurance muna. You need protection. And yan is pinag-uusapan. Kasi kami ni Mrs., we really talk about it. Okay, naging open. Sabi ko sa kanya, okay, what if mawala ako? Magkano yung kakailanganin mo? Kailangan mong iuwi yung corpse ko, pagkatapos, paano yung dalawang bata? Paano kayo magsusurvive? So, she said, okay, maybe I need funds for the next 1 year bago ako makarecover kung mawawala ka. Alam mo yung we talk about it. So, both of us are insured and talaga, I learned a lot. Ngayon ko lang din na-realize na I really learned. And so I really believe, no, na yung talagang financial vision board is working. So maniwala kayo doon kasi nangyari sa akin. Okay?
Okay. Galing ng testimonial.
And actually, yun is drawing pa. Ang pangit-pangit ng drawing ko during the financial workshop, no? Ang pangit talaga niya as in papel. So, ang ginawa ko ngayon, kinat ko na lang. Okay, nagkat ako habang nagdi-discuss. Actually, kinat ko yung mga picture. Ito siya ngayon.
Anong nasa picture mo ngayon?
Okay, actually, okay, nandito yung
mag-cash sa screen.
Okay, farm. Okay, though yung tatay ko is my farm, but I want my own. Okay, I don't want to inherit. Okay, sa akin, gusto ko sarili ko lang. Okay, stop extra.
Ako na lang mag-i-inherit sa tatay mo kung ayaw.
Yung house din, okay. Pagkatapos business, okay. Pagkatapos yung mga dream cars ko, okay, nakalagay dyan.
Wow.
Dyan, okay. Yung pagdating doon sa numbers naman, meron din akong numbers, yung retirement portfolios. Okay? Nandito naman yung numbers. So, I really have it with my, okay, I put it into my heart. Okay?
Very good. And then, so Jonathan, you pointed on the next step. I think we're about to end na. It's already 1 hour, no? Yes. So the next step is after nilagay nyo lahat ng items in your vision board and you already have the 3 very important things, ang kasunod dun is magkano yun. So you put the numbers in. Once you have the numbers in, you can already imagine what kind of savings plan you need to have para ma-achieve mo lahat ng goals na yun. And ang pinaka-importante, yung timeline. So all of those dreams, you wouldn't want all of those to materialize in 1 year unless you're Rolls Brocales. Na aggressive. Si Francis. Di ba? Aggressive. Gusto ko lahat ng yan. Mangyari ngayong taon kahit pandemic. Ang galing. Grabe. Idol ko talaga. Yan ang mga Bicolano. Hindi natatakot sa pandemya. Go lang ng go. We can do that, but not a lot of us have the capability. So after you know how much, figure out the timeline. Based on your cash flow, wag naman nating patayin yung sarili natin para i-meet lahat ng goals. It's okay to slide things back. So ngayon, as you do your vision board, you have a clearer idea. In 5 years, ito yung gagawin ko. Right? In the next 5 years, ito naman yung kasunod. In the next 5 years, 15, 20 years, ito naman yung gagawin ko. So now, because of the vision board, you have a clearer chance. Mas clear yung picture in your mind. Ano yung priority? And then, in this 5-year period, ito yung priority ko. Okay? Kung hindi ko ma-achieve, pwede kong i-slide to the right. Ito naman yung priority. So now you can, kahit na hindi kayo financial RFP, kung hindi pa mag-RFP kayo, pero kung hindi pa ngayon, may mga RFP dito na pwede niyong kausapin so that you can do the numbers. If you start with how much yung extra income ko na pwede kong i-commit today. Right? Para dito sa goal na to. And the RFPs can help you compute if anong klaseng return ang ita-target ninyo sa investments para ma-achieve nyo yung timeline ninyo. So, because of the vision board, you see how it clarifies everything. Ang pinakang problema kasi ng mga Pilipino, sa simula, may dream ka lang. Vague pa. 'Di ba? Gusto ko maging mayaman. Ganun lang. Paano mo i-achieve yun? Hindi ka makapagplano. Kasi hindi klaro sa'yo kung ano yung uunahin, magkano yung isi-set aside, how long this time period should be, anong klaseng risk yung iti-take mo para ma-achieve mo yung ganong klaseng goal. How I wish we had more time, pero at least kahit papano, hopefully this kind of exercise makes it clear why it's dangerous to start a savings and investment plan without a vision board. Karamihan ng nagbebenta ng insurance are called financial advisors. A lot of you sell insurance, etc. I don't sell. I don't sell anything from the bank. I don't sell mutual funds. I don't sell anything, but I give away knowledge. And I think in coordination with those who do sell, it's good when even those purchases of insurance, mutual funds, index funds, even those purchases are based on evidence-based system katulad ng vision board. So maybe those who do sell insurance or properties, you can start your sales pitch with a vision board. Para kahit papano yung mga kliyente nyo, mas naliwanagan sila. Ang hirap kasi minsan, di ba, ang napaka-technical ibenta ng bonds, o kaya ng stocks, o kaya ng insurance, mag-financial needs analysis, medyo nalito na yung kliyente nyo. Pero if you start with the story of their life, you'll end that meeting na klaro, parang maaliwalas yung mukha ng inyong kliyente kasi mas klaro na sa kanya kung ano yung role nung binibenta nyo sa kanila. Na? For those of you who are RFPs, I wouldn't really mind if you use this vision board example as a way to start your mentoring process. In fact, I will be so happy. Hindi ko naman to pinatent. So you can do it. You can use it. You're free to use it in the best way possible. I am sharing this with all of you. No? it also inspires people, 'di ba? So aside from giving you the full plan, pagka-end nun, you leave them with more hope. Kasi tinuruan yung mangarap ng maayos. Hindi lang vague na pangarap, kundi pangarap na may kasamang strategy. Tingnan mo si Rolls, gagawin niya na to sa lahat ng off-the-hook employee niya. Nakikita ko na I can read minds, you know. Yan. So, yun nga lang, pag gumawa kayo ng vision board, kailangan charming kayo. Para hindi kayo tulugan. Di ba? Yun ang hirap i-patent nun, di ba? No? Okay, so any questions? Because I think 1 hour is too much. Jonathan, anything else you'd like to do?
Okay, so please, I think those in the live session, no, maraming salamat, no. I can't imagine we are 49 here. And this morning when I received a message na at least we have an audience, I said like, okay, but I did not invite for the Zoom. And then at a sudden we are 49. So really, I'm really thankful. Kung si Ms.Salve talaga yung magiging guest mo, hindi mo kailangan mag-invite. No, so kusa na lang darating. Okay, so I think there's one question kung saan yung messenger ni Ma'am Salve. Please go to her page. Okay, hindi kayo sa page niya, like what I have said, you can subscribe, no. Okay, dun sa YouTube channel ni Ms. Salve na Salve Says. Okay, like what I have said, our goal is 1,000 today. I want to happen that. Okay, please. Okay, then Ma'am Salve, siguro from other questions. I think merong mga students dito. Please do ask questions din dito sa Zoom. Okay, I will not go through with the Facebook comments or questions, but let's focus on those that attended here. Okay, but before that, actually I have one. Okay, kasi bago pa yung event, when I showed it, no, na Financial Beshi is coming, I received this I got this question already kasi I am saying it. So this is very timely, okay? You can, it's up to you, Ma'am Salve, if you want to answer it, okay? This is a post of a friend, okay? She works with ABS-CBN for a long period of time, okay? So after graduation, yun lang yung work niya. Okay? So this is her only work, and probably ngayon is nag-iisip siya kung anong gagawin niya, okay? Now, sabi niya dito sa post, sabi niya, this might be the hardest closing of a story I will ever write. The ending of my ABS-CBN life itself. Okay, but by the way, we are not sharing this as political for anything of that. We are talking about finances here. But see, this is the reality. Okay, this could happen as well for those Filipinos that lose their jobs during this pandemic. So consider that they lose their jobs as well. Okay, so we respect them. We respect each other. Okay, and this is my blog. So our rules is respect the host and the guest. Okay, okay, now here is okay, I prepared myself. But as I read the letter, tears drop that I couldn't hold back. Who can prepare for a forever farewell? Okay, probably her vision board, okay, is to work with the ABS for a longer period of time because probably she is enjoying, okay, and she is regular. So, okay, I don't know other situation. So, and then she said, who can prepare for a forever farewell? I didn't think it still hurts this much, even though I'm ready. Okay, so they are feeling like even before this happens, the shutdown, they're already feeling it. Okay, I want to thank one by one all that have been part of my life in Kapamilya. Okay, now here is my question actually. Okay, what will be your advice, no, to those that are nag-iba yung financial vision board mo? So let's say, kasi ang dami na rin nandito sa live session na meron ng vision board. Like what have you said, nagbabago siya. Paano yung iba na they don't have other vision? No, hindi nila nakikita yung vision nila from from working from other companies. They are paid well, they are treated well, okay? And probably some of the OFWs are experiencing the same, that all of a sudden their company is, okay, sorry, we need to cut your salary by 30%. Sorry, you need to go to unpaid leave. Sorry, we need to terminate you. What will be your advice for those decisions in their financial vision board? If personally, I don't have any conflicts kasi my sister also is a freelance of ABS. So for full disclosure tayo, okay? But what will be your advice to those who lose jobs and na-distract yung financial vision board nila?
Alam mo, Jonathan, that's such a great question because actually, may disclosure ako. That's going to be the topic of my next YouTube channel video, which will come out on Wednesday. Ang title niya, Saan Aabot ang Retirement Pay, ang Separation Pay. Kasi, ako ramdam ko. Because nga, I know people from ABS and sometimes when people there, you see them so depressed. Because katulad ng friend mo, that's all they know to do. Cameramen, audioman, directors, writers, scriptwriters, buhay nila yun eh. Tapos for it to all of a sudden end, mahirap talaga. And maraming depression, maraming emotional difficulties na pinagdadaanan. And kung hindi natin ayusin yung financial plan nila after this, it's not just emotional health na problem. Magiging financial problem na malaki. Now, here's the one, parang preview of the episode on Wednesday. They will get separation pay. Maybe it's 500,000 to 1 million to 1.5 million for some of them na matagal nang nagtatrabaho sa ABS. And a lot of people have never, wala pang experience humawak ng ganong klaseng pera na isang bagsak. So here's the very dangerous thing. Dahil hindi natin alam kung gaano humawak ng ganong klaseng pera, kinakabahan ako na after 1 or 2 months, ubos na siya. At dahil mahirap maghanap ng trabaho ngayon, paano na ang pamilya? 'Di ba? So the first thing that they need to do is to start a vision board. Start dreaming because that dream will be part of their future. Okay? They have to claim that dream. Tapos, pakatapos ng vision board, may make sure nyo, because I can compute if for a 50,000 budget, imagine mo 500,000, akala mo laki-laki. Kung 50,000 yung expenses mo monthly, sa tingin mo gaano katagal ang 500,000? Hindi pa abot ng 1 taon, ubos na yan. 'Di ba? So if that money is good only for 1 year, it's just your emergency fund. Do not think of using it to buy investments in the stock market, right? Or to put everything in a business since wala kang experience in starting a business. So maraming mga tao nagsisimula na, yung tito ko meron siyang ino-offer sa akin na negosyo, hindi ko alam kung ano yung, paano patakbuhin yung ganong klaseng negosyo. Eh syempre alam ng lahat ng mga tao na meron silang separation pay. So target agad. So now there's this huge temptation to go into some business that you don't know. And I know si Rol, si Veronica, si Pablo, si Eliu will tell you it's not easy to grow a business. So you do not risk everything that you have, especially if you need it to feed your family. Right? So that's one of the tips that I will give. Make sure that you set aside first the things that your family will need to survive. And if you are going to start a business, make sure that you will be hands-on. Hindi mo iaasa sa kamag-anak, kapatid, kung sino man. Tama ba ako, Veronica? Tama ba, Rolls, Pablo? Of course, pwede kang magkaroon ng partners. Right? But make sure that you will still be hands-on kahit na nasa overseas ka or nandito ka sa Pilipinas. Pwede namang maging hands-on kahit malayo. 'Di ba? Pero hindi pwedeng feeling mo, maglalagay ka lang ng pera tapos mag-grow na siya on its own. Yan. Hindi po ito dragon fruit. 'Di ba? Yung dragon fruit nabubuhay sa lupa. Pero yung kung ano-ano lang na business idea na hindi mo inaral, hindi po yan mag-grow na iniwan mo lang. Okay? So, any business that you get into, make sure that you know what it is, you know the product, you are hands-on, and start small. Yung mga Pilipino, pag nagsimula ng negosyo, ang assumption nila agad ay madodoble mo next month yung pera mo. That is wrong. Ang assumption mo lagi is the worst case scenario. So look at the worst case scenario and make sure you are prepared for it. Para kahit na hindi worst case yung mangyari, handa ka sa lahat ng pwedeng gawin. Diba? So, my message to your friend, make sure you start with a vision board today. And make sure that you look at your vision board and consider everything that you need to make those goals happen and your priorities and your timeline and how much. And because in that vision board, emergency fund is very important, use that to analyze what you will do with the separation pay that you will get. Make sure you set aside enough for your emergency fund and set aside only a little for a business that you can grow kahit na maliit. So that while you're secure, because you have an emergency fund, you have some part that you can grow little by little. Okay? So, ang last na tip sa kanya is never give up. Mahirap, pero yung mahirap kayang gawin. At meron namang community that helps each other.
Thank you so much. Okay, I think that's really coming from the heart. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Salve. I will share this and probably she is watching. Okay, so anyone who got other questions? No, I think there are some questions in the chat. There's one. Ma'am Salve, sabi niya, would like to know more about build-up strategies given specific time frames and limited resources. Okay, kung limited yung resources mo and paano kaya niya gagawin nga yung vision board niya kung ganun yung sitwasyon niya?
Right. Okay, so in my YouTube channel, you can look at the second to the last episode. Ito yung financial strategy na patok kahit sa magbabalot. So, we talked about putting money in an index fund. Bakit index fund? So, if you are not prepared to invest in the stock market like our friend Marvin Guermo, or hindi pa prepared to do all of those entrepreneurial activities that require a lot of capital, you put a little money in an index fund, say 1,000 sa isang buwan. Malaki na yun for a lot of people. And 1,000 a month, 1,000 pesos ha, hindi dirham. So 1,000 pesos a month is just essentially 50 pesos from Monday to Friday. Kaya sinabi ko na patok siya kahit sa magbabalot. And if ang magbabalot can do it, so can your employees. So can your friends in the UAE. And they can do actually better than that. But that money, this is the build-up strategy na tinuturo ko, wala akong kinikita dahil hindi ako nagbebenta ng index fund ha. Bakit index fund? Because index funds have the lowest fees. Okay, may growth fund dyan, may alpha na fund. Okay naman yun, but the fees are too high. So for very simple people, kung nagsisimula ka pa lang, just put your money in an index fund. 1,000 a month is the minimum, and then you can make that go higher if you wish. And just keep it there. Walang magwi-withdraw, lalo na in the next 10 years. Walang, and then just allow compounding to happen on your fund. I've studied the stock market for a long time kasi nga matanda na si ate. And it shows that your risk goes down when your time horizon is long. Okay, so it's not the what so much as the how long. So when your time horizon is at least 10 years, if it's 20 years, if it's 30 years, kahit na umaakyat baba yung stock market ng ganun, pag tiningnan mo over 30 years, it's always paakyat. So that build-up strategy can work for anybody. I've studied that the stock market in the United States from 1920s to 2010. The stock market is always where you need to go if you want to build your money. So people like you who are in UAE right now, you're working. Ito yung sinasabi ni Franz kanina. You're 24 hours in a day, that's man working for money. And you are, because of your efforts, you are receiving the bounty for that. And that's good. You gain experience, you gain credibility, and you gain income. That's you working for your money. But at the same time, how wonderful it would be if your money set aside is also working for you. So there's like one of you times two of you times three of you times 10 of you working all together, but you're only working for 8 hours a day. Right? Kita nyo? So you're creating an army of people working for you. And these are people you don't have to pay salary to. Kasi your money invested in index funds are like 20 of you working for you. So that's your build-up strategy. Beyond the vision board, beyond the books that you need to read, you put action by setting aside 1,000 or kung kaya nyo, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 a month. Just put it in an index fund and forget about it. Hindi na kailangan mag-analyze ng financial statements. An index fund is essentially a collection of the best companies in the Philippines. If you go to Ayala today, sabihin mo sa kanya, pwede ba kitang maging kasosyo? Hindi ka naman niya papansinin. But if you buy his stock, you're essentially kasosyo of the Ayalas of the world. So that's the same thing that you do when you buy in an index fund, except that the amount of money that you need is a lot lower than if you buy the actual stock. So I hope I addressed that question.
Yes, that is well addressed. Okay, may question si Pablo. Where did you get the fountain of youth, idol?
Oy, parang saya yata. Parang tinanong mo yata yan sa akin para itanong ko din sa'yo. Tama ba, guys? Oo daw, sabi niyo. Lagi kang asertalo kay Franz. Lahat po pwedeng maging parang pabata ng pabata pag nakangiti lagi. Yun. Yun po yung sagot dyan. At saka moisturizer. Joke lang. Ayan. Ikaw talaga, Pablo, ha?
There's another.
Next question.
Okay. What can you advise to people like me who are in so-called midlife crisis, those who are in 22 to 27 years old, na naghahanap ng direction sa buhay, but I have always heard the advice na wag magmadali. But sometimes we tend to get depressed and overthinking, etc.
Yes. Well, you've already started the first step. A vision board, babalik na naman ako, a vision board is a great way to end midlife crisis. Because it disciplines you into thinking about the future and what you really want to extract from this life. Kasi ang dami, actually, if you realize that the world out there is all yours. So it's yours for the taking. You just need to choose what kind of life you want to have, what kind of cars you want to have. Diba? So a vision board, actually, I've seen this happen in a lot of people. And marami na nagsabi sa akin na naka-stop siya ng midlife crisis because it allows you to focus. A midlife crisis or a quarter life, alam niyo ba uso na ngayon ng quarter life? So yung mga 24 katulad ni Pablo, nagsisimula pa lang yun ng quarter life crisis. Uso na yan ngayon. Kasi what happens is, because of social media, the world that we knew it, ang generation ko, the world that we knew, parang it seems 10 times bigger. So we're all overwhelmed by what's out there. Pag nakita mo na 10 times bigger and it's a lot bigger, you feel so small. And you get so lost in where you want to go. So, kina-question mo ngayon yung sarili mo, and that's why you feel so confused. Na, am I good enough? Do I know what I really want? Tapos, usually nagme-midlife crisis pag wala pang girlfriend o kaya boyfriend kasi paano na? 'Di ba? Yung mga ganon. So, discipline yourself by looking inside instead of outwards. And that's what the vision board does. It allows you to define the world on your terms. 'Di ba? And it gives you the chance to claim your goals for yourself and to claim your future. This is the future that I want. I wish kung sino man tong midlife crisis, let's do a one-on-one. I can help you go through this process and you will become the most powerful version of yourself. Never doubt that. Kahit na ano pang paghihirap ang pinagdadaanan. Kinakaya yan. There.
That's really true. Kasi totoo po yun. I mean, depression and mental issues really, totoo yan. Okay, nangyari din sa akin yan personally. Dumaan din ako sa ganyang mga situations. But, you know, isa talagang nakakatulong is yung support system mo around. Okay? So that's important as well. And really, being here no sa session na to is napakalaking tulong talaga nito to really encourage others na kasi pagka namumroblema ka sa pera, lahat ng aspects ng life mo is parang namumroblema ka na eh. Ganun yung impact niya talaga. So, dun sa nag-ask ng question, I mean, thank you so much for being honest, no? Totoo yan. So, I think there are many people outside from this live session na nakakaranas ng ganito. So, please, okay, again, subscribe to Ms.Salve YouTube channel. Okay, let's go on to another question. May segue. Okay, sinesegue ko.
Ang galing, grabe.
So,
masisingit lang ako ng konti, ha? Yung the fact that you asked the question is a great thing because it means you're reaching out. So, wag susuluhin yan kasi hindi yan kinakahiya. Lahat ng tao dumadaan sa ganyan. Mga mga nakalimang midlife crisis na yata ako. So, 200 years old na po kasi ako. Ganon. So, hindi talaga siya kinakahiya. Dapat nagre-reach out tayo, kinakausap natin yung mga mahal natin sa buhay. Don't talk to people who don't like you. Avoid them at all costs. They're toxic. So, just talk to people who love you and then you will be sure to get out of it very soon. And get out of it stronger. Okay, may next question pa ba?
Meron pa, ma'am. Sabi dito, mababa po ngayon ang prices ng stocks. Masasabi po ba na pwede itong i-grab kahit na ang emergency fund mo ang kukunin mo para i-invest dito?
Sino to? Papagalitan ko na. Ang emergency fund po ay hindi gagamitin sa stock market investing. So an emergency fund is sacred. It should stay in a fund that is safe, easily accessible, whatever happens. Huwag kayong manghihinayang na hindi siya kumikita ng interest. So once your income goes higher than your emergency fund, kahit na pa konti-konti, yun yung pwede nating i-invest in the stock market. Kaya po, ang saya sana, di ba? For all those who teach financial literacy, the people who obeyed you, yung mga nakinig sa inyo, sila ngayon ang may opportunity to benefit from this crisis because cash combined with courage in a crisis that's the one thing that will make you take advantage of whatever it is that's happening. Pag wala kang cash ngayon, laylo ka muna, sayang ng opportunity. Pero for those na may fear of missing out kasi ngayon pa lang nagkakaroon ng emergency fund, ganon, the worst thing that you can do is to be so aggressive that you use your emergency fund to invest in the stock market. You know why? Yung guarantee, yung kita sa stock market is not guaranteed. So if there will, lalo na kung hindi ka pa experienced and you sell when you're emotional, and you lose your money at the time there's an emergency, yari tayong lahat. So an emergency fund is the best risk management tool. Respect it. Don't spend it for things that do not have that nature of being an emergency. So, a sale in the mall, Lazada, Shopee, yung mga add to cart na yan can feel like an emergency sometimes, but those are not real emergency. So, emergency fund para lang sa may namatayan, may nagkasakit, may nasunugan, etc. Tuition, that's not an emergency. Right? Panganganak is not an emergency because you had 9 months to prepare for it. So, be careful that you use it just for emergency.
Okay, last question, ma'am. Si Ma'am Franz, kasi dun sa watch party niya, someone asked a question. Miss Franz, please ask. Please go ahead. So our last question.
Yeah. Okay, yung question dun sa watch party ko is, for 40-year-old and above, index fund is still advisable to accelerate my retirement fund? Yan po yung question.
Yes. So, an emergency fund is always good at whatever age, at whatever income level. Lalo na kung hindi ka experienced in analyzing a particular company, kung wala kang skills in that, and that's nothing to be ashamed of, you go to index funds to boost your retirement income. 40 years, you still have 20 years to go. So it still works. Tapos, di ba, 20 years, 60 ka na. After that, you still have 20 years to live. So, ang haba pa nun. Pwede pa ang index.
Thank you, Ms. Salve. Okay, I think you answered it really strongly and correctly. Okay, so anyone, okay, so okay na tayo, I think, but from Money Talks UAE family, do you want to say anything from Ms. Salve bago tayo magpaalam, bago tayo mag-say goodbye to everyone, and bago si Ms. Salve magbigay ng last words from Money Talks, anything you want to say? Ma'am Veronica, Ma'am Sir Pablo, and Sir Ron, and Ma'am Hans?
Ayan,
Yeah, I see so many names na hindi ko pa kilala. Maybe I've met you before, pero hindi pa tayo nagkakausap ng... Si Velmore, nandun siya nung launch ng YouTube channel. Gino, Ivy, Marie. I hope, Philip, I see him on Facebook. Ivy Carcido, I haven't met you before. I hope to see you soon. Sana makilala ko kayo for real because, you know, the Money Talks UAE crowd feels like your family to me. That's drama? Okay. Sorry, Franz, may sinasabi ka pala. Yes
ayan,
po.
yeah, just would like to take this opportunity to thank Sir Jonathan for inviting us. Actually, Sir Jonathan, you have more than 44 attendees sa session nito because ang daming nag-join dun sa watch party sa Money Talks UAE. And it's a privilege to be part of yung ganitong mga initiative nyo. So, just to share also, ito kasing pandemic na to talagang it changed a lot of people, ano. I am also doing my own share in sharing my time, and I have met people. I mean, every day I'm doing a session. Just wanted to share that yung time natin na we are also extending, helping other people who are in distress matters a lot. We probably may extend yung time natin to give hope to people. I have this very particular experience na she was working for 8 years for an employer. Nagkasakit siya na hospitalized, and suddenly pinauwi siya ng family without yung employer niya, even without paying her any gratuity kasi nga na-hospitalize siya for 2 weeks. Tapos sabi sa kanya, ginamit mo kasi yung health insurance kaya hindi ko na binayaran namin yung iba pa yung kulang. So parang umuwi siya ng empty-handed, pati ticket niya kinuha dun sa supposedly terminal benefit niya. So she was so distressed. Then when she attended yung aking session, so parang may kasamang counseling yun. And after the session, you see yung nagkaroon siya ng hope. So why I'm sharing it is because for people like us na sa ganitong sitwasyon, there are a lot of people out there. By just having a conversation with them, probably we're at least giving her hope. So, nakauwi na siya and all. Every night do sa session ko, ma-attend siya while nag-aantay ng ticket niya. Nakauwi na siya pagdating doon. Parang after nung session, naiba yung aura niya. Nagkaroon siya ng hope. Tapos umuwi na siya ng Pilipinas, uma-attend pa rin siya doon sa mga online session. So, yun, sana lahat tayo, alam natin maraming mga in distress na kababayans dito and we could also share our time. So, thank you so much, Ms.Salve. You're always been, Money Talks has always been an avid fan and you are part of the family and thank you so much. Alam natin si Ms.Salve every time, kahit saan mo yan hatakin na event or whatever. So, yun, yung last event namin, yung sa Money Talks Bicol. So, with that, thank you so much and congratulations to all those na nandito and even doon sa mga nasa watch party sa Money Talks. Thanks, Sir Jonathan.
Thank you, Ma'am Franz. Thank you, everyone. No, talaga, I'm grateful and thankful kasi isang sabi ko lang, actually, I just informed them this morning. No, sana ang pa-attend ko lang, iso-surprise ko lang si Ma'am Salve. Sana si Ma'am Franz lang, si Veronica lang, yung mga main persons lang. Sabi ko, tayo na lang yung mag-hop in sa session pagkatapos let everybody be on the Facebook Live. Okay, but see, I'm really thankful for those who attended the live session, no? Kasi almost more than 40s tayo dito. So again, may mga nag-aas ng questions where they can find the video kasi siguro late na sila nag-join. You can just go to the PAM Academy page so you can watch again or do a watch party as well for your friends kasi kailangan po talaga nila to. I think about depression, mental issues, money, ang dami nyong mapipick dito sa video na to. So please, kung meron kayong families and friends na kailangan ng something, ito yung video na kailangan nila. Ako, I'm thankful kasi I'm really nervous with this session kasi it's very different kasi makikita mo talaga na yung mga taong kasama mo is real. Okay, so talaga I'm really thankful. Thank you to all of you for having here, you know, in this live session. And of course, before we close, okay, salamat again for those that on the team, on also Rob, thank you kasi you are really easy to communicate with. Okay, so please share the YouTube channel as well. You can message it to me so I can post it on my page directly so people can subscribe. No, pagkatapos, also, if you are live right now, see, I'm planning to do this more and more. Actually, I don't have any plans, no, kasi I'm doing it on the blog. So it's a non-profit blog. I don't have anything to sell. Okay, that's very clear. So it's only for spreading financial literacy, entrepreneurship, all aspects of life na nagbago sa akin. Gusto kong i-share kung paano ko ginawa yon. So this is the only reason why I'm doing this. So hopefully, ganun din kayo. Kumbaga, ito yung Turon moments nila. Okay, parang gusto ko rin magbigay ng Turon moments. Kasi isa sa mga quotes talaga na natatak sa akin, ako personally, no, hindi mawala sa isip ko until now, yung isang screen dun sa PowerPoint ni Ms.Salve, sabi niya doon, our value as humans is inherent in the fact that we were born here on earth to be gifted with the experience of having sea turtles as friends. And with these friends, with the stars to guide our journey, with the dream to claim our tears, and the wind to carry our wheels. So I think that's also my message for today's session kasi tumatak sa akin yon. So kung ano man yung sinare ni Ms. Salve, talaga malaki yung changes na nangyari sa life ko. So, ganun din po sana sa inyo. So, I will give the floor to say goodbye and do her promotions. I think she also have her one-man corporation transformation. So, I want you, Ms. Salve, to share everything. Kasi ako, I'm your top fan. So, I have a top fan badge. So, I know everything what you do. So, but those people that are here, so for them to know, please do the honor to close and say goodbye to them. Thank you so much.
Oh, grabe. My heart is so full. I am so happy that we're here together. Kanina ko pa kayo pinipicturean. Ibig sabihin, pag napipicture ako, talagang touch ng touch ako. And I hope that I will carry this moment in my memories always kasi it's, imagine nyo yun, we're on different parts of the world right now. And I think what we can take from this pandemic is that even through the darkest times, we can be better. We can be together kahit na we're apart. And there's always a way to extract the best life lessons even when you're crying inside or you're broken inside. And thank you, Jonathan, for... Grabe, kinote mo pa ako sa sarili ko. Di ba? Sobrang nakaka-touch yun because that really is, that thing that you read, that quote that you chose really comes from my heart. And I really hope and pray na more people can see it because it makes us want to be better. Alam mo ngayon, I shared before, there's a deficit of money everywhere because ang dami nating ginagastos, subsidy ng mga salaries ng mga tao, pangbigay sa mga CCT beneficiaries. There's a deficit of money. But the more damaging deficit, I think, is the deficit of kindness. It's the deficit of civility. It's the deficit of division, of unity in our world today. And kayong mga OFWs, you're the ones who prove that we can do better than that. Kasi you're far away and yet you're together. You are parang, I know that in different parts of the world, you're seen as second-class citizens and you're never able to do better than the ones who are actually born there. And yet, you go beyond those limitations and you survive. You don't just survive, you thrive. You should be really the source of inspiration for many of us. So maraming salamat kasi it shows that you listen and it shows that you really take to heart. Kasi pag ginawa natin yun, parang natuto tayo sa buhay ng maraming tao. And really, that's the only way to survive. At the moment, I have Ralph with me to help me in achieving my dreams. And there are other people who are helping me with Empower and Transform. Quick kwento, dati transformation. And then we said, transformation and empower. Transform and empower dahil ayaw ng SEC ng transformation lang. Masyado daw simple yung pangalan ng company. Tapos nagtatawanan kami ni Ralph kasi sabi ko, pag ginawa nating acronym, transformation and empower, parang ambaw. So, we decided it's gonna be empower and transform. Because really, it's what our nation needs. Lagi na lang tayong nag-grow, tapos bumabagsak, nag-grow, tapos bumabagsak. We need to change the cycle. And this transformation will come from individual transformation. Pag lagi nating iniisip yung national transformation, laging palpak eh. But when the transformation comes from individual people, that's when I think we will have a better and more powerful chance to really change the future of our country. And alam nyo, I really need your help. I am asking each one of you, those of you who care for me and those of you who care for all other Filipinos out there, if you can help us with our financial literacy advocacy, it would be such a great honor to be in this battle with you. You can help all of your relatives, and that's already wonderful. No, each life that you touch, you have no idea how far that moment of impact can go. Hindi nyo lang alam yun, nagsalita kayo sa isang event, you don't know, but you've changed the life of one person there. And because of that person, 5 of his children and then more of their children's children will change their future. So we are at the cusp of something big here. And if we are not able to take advantage of this time to grow, to empower and transform our nation, I don't know if we ever will. So there's an urgency in this job that we're doing. So alam ko pandemya to, pero nagsimula ako ng kumpanya sa gitna ng pandemya. Ang ganda, di ba? But I have high hopes because you're there. And tonight is just proof that I may not know all of you in person, but I feel like we're going to be real family members. So maraming salamat from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Ms.Salve. So say thank you and goodbye. I think that's it. So thank you for this session, everyone, for those that who joined, and for the team behind. So you know who you are. Thank you as well, Money Talks UAE. Thank you, Sir Pablo, Ma'am Veronica, Ma'am Franz. Thank you, Sir Marlon, as well for all the banners. Thank you also for those that who watch us live. See, I cannot express myself kung gaano ko kasaya, but really, we'll wait again for maybe another 2 years or 3 years and go back again with all our vision board and check again kung anong nangyari. I think I want to do it again. Maybe after 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years. And I really, I don't have words. And thank you so much. So again, for those that in my page, once again, please go to Ms.Salve YouTube channel, click subscribe. And if you already subscribed, then come back to my to PAM Academy page and message you subscribe, you've done it, then I will give you the giveaways, okay? And also, Friday naman, so same time, same place, same page, just come back again because I will keep doing this and giving you more information, more valuable learnings, no, na sana talaga makatulong sa mga kababayan natin. As well as like Ms. Salve is doing, she keeps spreading financial literacy. Ako naman po, holistic aspects ng buhay, lahat ng aspect ng buhay natin. Let's touch every aspect of it and let's share it with them. So once again, Ma'am Salve, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Pero ako ulit pwede ba mag-group picture?
Okay, sige.
Tapos ganun.
Okay, let's...
Pablo, kaya mo to?
Okay.
Ayan. Lahat my heart Bibicturean ko kayong lahat. Okay, ready? Ganun. Yan. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Picture din.
Ang cute nyo. Isa pa. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Maraming salamat.
Everyone, Friday.
Be safe, please. Bawal magkasakit, ha? Mag-iingat kayo lagi. May expert. Nag-interview ako ng isang expert tapos virgin coconut oil. There's scientific evidence that it works. So, pag lalabas kayo, yung mga lumalabas dyan, meron pang ganito, naka-live pa naman tayo. Ang pang-lotion nyo, virgin coconut oil, and you put it in your nose like this. As in, ganon. Kasi the breakdown of lipids is the one that, sorry, nakaganon talaga. Kailangan ganon, So, please stay safe. Huwag kayong magkakasakit. I will stay for a bit because I want to look at everybody's comments.
Okay.
So,
thank you, everyone, and see you again on Friday, 2 p.m. on PAM Academy page. Bye.